Hi, I'm Lexi Douglas, coming to you from the IT Academy at Jeff Tech, and today I'm here with one of our school's veteran teachers, Mr. Doane. How are you today, Mr. Doane?
Just fine, yourself.
Good. So I'm sure everyone wants to know, how long have you been teaching?
This is my 44th year.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yes, it is.
What initially got you into teaching?
Actually, I don't really know. I have known ever since I was maybe 5 or 6 years old that I wanted to be a teacher, and I don't know why, but it's always been an ambition.
Wow. Were there any specific people that inspired you to be a teacher?
Maybe when I was a senior in high school, I had an English teacher that was an elderly woman, but she was very knowledgeable, and I had already decided by then I wanted to be a teacher, but I think she helped to confirm that it would be in the field of English.
That's great. Okay. How long have you been teaching at Jeff Tech?
44 years.
So you started at Jeff Tech, and it was your first?
It was my first teaching assignment, yes.
Wow. How has it changed throughout the years?
Actually, there's been a lot of changes, in truth. Obviously, the building has changed a lot.
Yeah.
With the renovations and so on. Those changes have been enormous in appearance. But in addition to that, there have been other changes as well. We have a lot of shops now that we did not have when I started. In fact, when I started, computer technology was in a room that was bigger than one we're sitting in right now, and the computers were as big as the room that we're sitting in right now, so that was a lot different. We had laboratory technology, we had graphic arts, and some other shops over the years that have come and gone, and then we've added other shops like the one you're in right now, the digital media, which is a recent addition.
Yeah.
So that's a lot different. We've also had a different look at what Jeff Tech's purpose is. You know, when I started here, we were a school that was supposed to be preparing people for the workforce. And now while we do that, we also encourage people to take advanced classes and prepare for their college, which at the time when I started, we were not supposed to be trying to do that. In addition, so you talked about changes. We've had any number of changes in terms of how information has been presented. Right now, as you know, we have half-day about, which means we have academics for half the day, and then we have shops for half the day. Over the years, we've tried any number of different patterns. We had a 7-day about where students would come and be in the academic classes all day long, 7 days a week, and then, or 7 days consecutively, and then they would go to their shops for 7 days, and we get the people that had been in shops for 7 days for the academics. We've had it 11 days about. We've had both single periods and double periods where we've had 2-period long academic courses instead of single periods. So there have been quite a few changes over 44 years.
Wow. Those rotations that you were talking about,
yes,
which one do you think works the best?
That's funny. When we did them, there's always an adverse feeling about change, and yet every time we changed to a different system, while I didn't like the idea, there were always advantages to the changes and disadvantages too, so that I don't know that any worked better than the others. It was just different approaches.
Yeah. Okay. Do you feel that you being at Jeff Tech has made an impact on the school?
I think probably anyone that's been at Jeff Tech has had an effect on the school. Any teacher that comes in here affects the other teachers,
yeah,
and affects the students. And every student that comes in affects the teachers and the other students. So I think just anybody that comes here affects Jeff Tech.
Yeah. Is teaching at Jeff Tech different than how you thought it would be?
I think probably every young teacher expects teaching to be different than it turns out to be, because we're being trained to look at our subject like it's very important, and we are excited when we get to the classroom to push that on to other people and let them see how important it is. And it's always a little bit frustrating, I think, when we work hard to try to teach something and then the students kind of like, yeah, it's not that important anyhow. So it's a little frustrating that way. But even with that being said, it's still probably one of the most rewarding careers you can enter, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You know.
Do you have a favorite memory from your time at Jeff Tech that relates to it?
In terms of a memory, A means one. And when I think back over the years, I have any number of great memories in terms of former teachers that I worked with, former co-workers, former students, current co-workers and teachers and students. So I don't think I probably have any favorite. I just have a lot of great memories, you know, a lot of memories of wonderful people and funny events a lot of times.
If you had the opportunity to go to Jeff Tech when you were in high school, would you have?
As I mentioned before, I would not have attended Jeff Tech probably because it was looked at as a school that was preparing people for the workplace. And I knew that I was going to be going to college to be a teacher, and so I would not have felt that I would be getting an education that I needed for my field. That would be different now, of course, but back then it was designed to be a school to prepare people for trade.
Yeah. How has the view of Jeff Tech from the public perspective changed throughout the years? Was there a...
I don't know. We're always seeming to approach the general public's understanding of Jeff Tech differently. And like I said, in the past, I know it was looked at like a school that is to prepare the workforce. And now it's being changed to prepare people for the workforce, but also to enable them to attend college and do well in their college field. Students could always go to college from Jeff Tech, but it's just that we didn't have the college prep courses in place. And I think the general public's becoming aware of that now, where it's changing in that way. I hope that the general public sees Jeff Tech the way it really is, which is a lot of good students who are trying to learn a trade and maybe go on to college to make something out of their lives and be productive members of society. Do they see it as that? I can't answer that. My hope is yes.
Yeah. Do you think there are any ways Jeff Tech could change that if they don't look at us in that way?
I try to tell my students, every time there's anyone in the building, the students affect those people who go back out into the community and then reflect in the community what they've seen at Jeff Tech. They'll say, boy, that place was a real zoo, if they end up with people that are acting like they aren't very mature or adult. Or they'll say, wow, that place really has something going for it. And that also can be determined by the student's behavior. So yes, I think it can be changed. I think that the students and the teachers too, you know, we have, like if I have a sub come in and then I don't have any lesson plans for that sub, that wouldn't be very professional, and so that sub would leave saying, well, I don't know what they're doing over there. Whereas hopefully by having out a lesson plan, if I am absent, why that sub can say, oh, I see what they're doing, and it's good.
Yes. Do you have a core teaching philosophy, or what is your main goal as a teacher?
Probably to take the student from whatever place he is or she is to as far as I can get them in the field that I'm trying to teach them. You know, not everybody's going to be have English as a major, but everybody's going to be using English, and so I want them to at least do as well with it as they can.
Okay. What has teaching at Jeff Tech taught you personally?
I think probably the thing that is maybe taught and reinforced to me is that comprehensive vocational technical education is a good form of education. The fact that they can get their academics and their shop training all in one facility, that's important. That's valuable. And I think probably by teaching here, when I first started here, maybe I would not have realized that as much, but it's given me the opportunity to see that. And it's also, I don't know that this is that it taught me this, but it's given me the opportunity to gain some, I guess, some sense of self-worth, because if a student gets what it is that you're trying to teach them, then you're going, yes. There's a difference there, you know. So I think that's probably what I've learned from teaching at Jeff Tech.
Okay, well, I think that's all we have for today. I'm Lexi Douglas, and I'm here with Mr. Doane, and that's all we have. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.
Looking for a great career in high technology? Whether you want to start your own business or go on to college, the Digital Media Technology program at Jeff Tech offers the most advanced training and studio available in our region. Learn audio and video production, live web streaming, 3D animation, and special effects. Graphic and web design using pro software, Photoshop, Fireworks, Dreamweaver, and After Effects, InDesign, Premiere, Wirecast, and much more. Full-time and part-time enrollment options are available for high school students and even adults in our area.
These situations that I've seen here at Jeff Tech are purely hitting the college level. I mean, you know, there are people who are waiting 4 years out of high school to go into 4 years of college to do the same things that the students here are doing right now. And so, needless to say, if you want the jump start, this is the place to be.
Explore the Digital Media Technology program in the IT Academy at Jeff Tech. A whole new world of opportunity awaits you. Visit us online, dmtstudio.net.